What have you done to educate them about the rivalry?
I don't think we've had to do a lot. I think that you come to Minnesota and you learn pretty quickly kind of what the rivalry means with Wisconsin, and so I think it's something that they understand that they've talked about. I think you kind of saw that even against Iowa the other night, but this one kind of takes on a new life of its own, so to speak. And we've got some guys from Minnesota on the roster too. I think these guys were even able to see what the football game this year was. It snowing, and they still had 50,000 out there, whatever it was in the game. So I think they know what this is going to be tomorrow.
How aware are they of the 9-game winning streak Wisconsin has?
They're very aware. So I think they know that. And again, I think it's interesting. You play these games, and you don't have to do too much sometimes to make it, make them understand how big of a game it is. They do. I think they understand the history, too, of the rivalry here, at least recently, what it's looked like in Wisconsin's favor. So, yeah, they're all keenly aware of those things.
What do you think of Wisconsin here today against Michigan? That was a fun game to watch. I don't know how it looked from the coaches' standpoint.
I mean, I tell you what, they do a great job. I mean, I've known Greg forever. Does a really good job. They've got really good players. I think every team, sometimes you go through ebbs and flows in a season, and honestly, they're playing their best basketball they played all year here. Just in the last week or so, they played really well against UCLA at home. Obviously, looked like a video game on offense, against Michigan. So, yeah, we're going to get Wisconsin's best version of themselves so far here tomorrow night.
Niko, what do you like most about the way Langston's playing right now?
I think he's doing a great job he's kind of found his groove in our system and kind of what he has to do. I think he's taken on the role of defending, one of the other team's best, if not their best player on the perimeter night in and night out. I think he's taken a lot of pride in that. He's doing a great job of creating shots for his teammates and kind of figuring out, again, how he needs to play in our system. Might be a little bit different than what he did last year at Northern Colorado, but I think as he's gotten more and more comfortable with doing those things, you're really seeing him grow.
What's the philosophy on USC, the way they defended him and go ahead and shoot the three? And he attempted a few and made one, but he obviously passed up a number of opportunities.
I think there's a balance. I think sometimes you've got to shoot the ball when you're open. So I think it's kind of finding and picking and choosing your spots, and maybe it's not the first shot you take all the time, but sometimes it's just the ebb and flow of a game too, And the one thing about Langston, he's not going to force something. Sometimes you have to maybe even encourage him a little bit more in those scenarios, but I think it's kind of a balance. Sometimes you got to shoot those shots when you're played that way, but also he does such a great job, and our team does such a great job of when we continue to attack the paint, that I think sometimes we got to continue to do that too. And so maybe those shots is maybe not early in the clock, but later in the clock would be good.
Is that a defense you anticipate seeing a little bit more?
Who knows? I mean, everyone's a little different. I'll say this about USC. I mean, it's pretty unique. That kid's 7'4", whatever he is. Not everybody has that. That kid sometimes doesn't even play, and he played 36 minutes against us. So clearly that was the game plan specifically against us that way. But we've seen a lot of that already this year of them, guarding Langston with a different guy and, playing way off in the lane and stuff like that. That was obviously to another extreme that way. But, we've seen stuff like that all year. So I think what made that unique was just simply the kid's size, right, that they were doing that with.
It's a little bit like being an NBA coach in that all these players are new. You got a 25-year-old for USC and a 7'5". I mean, is it almost like get through this and then – because you're not looking at guys, even though this is your first year here in return, you're not looking at guys, freshmen, sophomores, juniors. It's a new roster for just about everybody.
Yeah, a lot of teams. Again, I think still the teams, though, that are having the most success are the ones that have had some continuity. You look at Wisconsin, yeah, they've got new faces, but they also got a lot of core guys that are back, right? And so I think the best teams have kind of had that balance of, yeah, they add some really nice guys, in the portal, but they also have some guys and have some continuity in their program and what we're doing. But it's great for those guys. You've got like Kai Shinholster and Grayson Grove. Kai Shinholster's out there, switching on to a 26-year-old, out there, whatever it is, 25, in a Big Ten game here, tight in the second half. That's a long ways from where he was, last year at this time. But, man, you get better from doing it.
What was sort of the overall impression of the past week, the way the guys kind of, especially emotionally, mentally, handle the up of a big win and the down of
I obviously losing it crushes you. I mean, I'm so competitive. Those guys are really hurt down there. One thing I will say, to be down 13 and to have some of the things not going our way the way we wanted, to battle back and have a chance to win that game in both regulation and overtime shows you a lot about the character of those guys. I mean, you got Bobby Durkin playing 45 minutes, Cade Tyson playing 45 minutes, and just giving you every ounce of everything they have. And as a coach, that's really all you can ask. And like I told him after the game, I mean, literally and figuratively, it's part of being the man in the arena, and when you put yourself out there and you put so much into something and everyone's watching you, cheering on, you feel that exhilaration of the Iowa game and just that crushing, mental defeat against USC. And in reality, to feel both of those things is pretty cool, because you really have to put yourself out there to feel that. And it's okay to hurt, and it should. That we're competitors, but then you got to get up. And no matter, just like against Iowa and USC, we're both close games, there's things you learn the same way from both of them. It's not just the result. And then you got to move on to Wisconsin, and we were able to do that on Sunday.
Do you guys talk about, hey, it's NCAA tournament goal? Does that come up? Is it too early in the Big Ten season? What's your theory on that?
I mean, I think, I've said this all the time, I think every kid wants to play in the – you go to college basketball to play in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's the dream. These kids grow up watching it. They want to be a part of it. They want to play in March Madness. So that's the goal that every team has every year. I think, though, too, it's too easy. I've been doing this do you get caught up in, and now we're here in this game and that. You really got to just stay in the moment. I mean, look at all these games you got coming up. They're all brutal, right? So the best thing you can do is to just kind of try to stay emotionally stable, just keep getting in, just keep digging in, and just trying to fight for the next one. And then it'll happen the way it's supposed to happen. You don't have to, in today's day and age. These kids are keenly aware of everything now. You know what I mean? They don't need you to tell them. I mean, they can go and they can easily find all the information. So all the stuff that we're talking about today, it's not hard for them to be able to find that information.
Coach against Boyd last season. What stands out to you about him?
Man, I mean, he is a really aggressive, attacking, downhill guard. It makes him tough. He can shoot the three, too. And, guys will say, well, we got to keep him off his left hand. Good luck. I mean, he's so good at getting downhill to his left. And he's really aggressive. When he gets going, he's tough to stop, puts foul pressure on you. And so he's really been a nice addition for them. But again, somebody we played against, a couple times last year, so I have a pretty good understanding of his game. And I think what you're seeing from him is he's just starting to get more and more comfortable with what Wisconsin does, and he's playing a great role. I mean, him and Blackwell on the perimeter, those guys are tough now, really tough.
What about Carrington, the former Gopher? Just how much of a difference maker has he been for them?
He played really, he had been up and down in his minutes, played really well the other day against Michigan. He shoots the ball well from three. He's really good on the offensive glass. Again, his teams get better. Players start to find their niche with the team. This is what I bring to the table. And, he's experienced. He's brought shooting. He's brought his ability to rebound on the perimeter. And then what makes Wisconsin so tough is their bigs can all shoot the three, too. I mean, they shoot it great from all 5 spots, on the floor that way. And that makes them really difficult cover. Thanks, guys. Yep.
The returning player from Minnesota, what have you shared with your teammates about the rivalries?
Yeah, I was just talking to Lang about it yesterday. It was like, how big is this? Like, I've never had an in-conference rival. I'm like, man, this is huge. Like, we might sell out tomorrow. Like, it's going to be like a tough game no matter how the teams are in the year. So I'm just getting everybody ready for it.
Did the Iowa game feel differently than other ones?
Yeah, it did. It definitely had a raised intensity to it with like the crowd. There's tons of Iowa fans here, tons of Minnesota fans. So it's always just a good time.
How aware are you, Isaac, that it's a 9-game winning streak for Wisconsin? Obviously, you're only a part of 2 of those from last year, but it's been a long time since the Gophers have beat the Badgers.
Yeah, Coach Medved all let us know yesterday. It's like, it's time. Like, we're here and we got to show up for it.
Did you watch them the other day against Michigan? That was quite a basketball game.
Yeah, I did watch them a little
What were
bit.
your impressions?
They hit a ton of shots, and that's what they do. They shoot a ton of threes, and they made them that game, and they're a tough team, and we're going to have to play good to beat them.
Have you guys learned a lot? You lost the other night, but it was close. You beat Iowa. You had someone. Do you feel like you guys have grown a lot because you don't fade in the final minutes? You're always right there.
Yeah, I think one thing about our team is we show a lot of resiliency throughout the year and throughout the games. Like, we put ourselves in a hole down 13 in the second half, climb back and have the lead with a few seconds left to go. So I think that shows a lot about our team and how much we fight.
How are the guys doing with so many minutes you guys are playing?
Yeah, we're all sore, but it is what it is. Like, that's how it's going to be, and we're going to have to play through it and just get it done throughout the rest of the year.
How hard is it to stay out of foul trouble? Obviously, you fouled out the other night and having to watch the end of the game from the bench.
Yeah, it's tough, but we got to adjust to how the refs are calling it and then go from there. Like, we know we have 7 guys who we're going to play with, so we got to do what we can, try to stay on the floor.
When you start the season thinking that you're going to have a little bit deeper rotation, maybe not getting as many minutes, like what's been the biggest adjustment to just the tighter rotation and being on the floor more?
I think it actually makes us more connected on the court, just with the 7 guys that we have. Like, just here's what we have and here's what we're going to do, and like just getting even better, playing each other, all coming together. It's been good.
Isaac, how would you describe the energy in the barn the last 2 home games?
And it's been awesome. Like, I was just telling someone, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing defense. Like, it's so loud in here. Like, I can't hear screams being called for me. So I'm like, it sucks that I can't hear that, but like, I'll take that any day.
How do you evaluate where your shots at? I mean, you found it in the Northwestern game, but then a little bit of a dip the last 2 games.
Yeah, I know I'm a great shooter. I work on it every single day. I put in the work. So I know that you're going to have ups and downs throughout the season. So just sticking through it.
Anything else for Isaac?
Thanks, Isaac.
Thank you.
Thanks, Isaac.
The Wisconsin rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, he's shared a little bit of the history and how important it is to everyone here. So I feel like we have a decent understanding of it, and we're really preparing hard to make sure we're ready to go.
You look like you found your shot to an extent, not that it was going, but all of a sudden they start going in if you keep shooting, right?
That is right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like the past few weeks or so, I've definitely been shooting the ball better.
You've had a lot of minutes, about 45, probably a career high for you. How'd you feel after that one?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a career high for me. I think obviously recovery is important. Felt a little bit sore, but did a lot the past few days to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow.
Isn't that nice though to know that you're not coming? I mean, a lot of times you're thinking, oh, is this the break? I hear the, timeout, I mean, you don't think about that. You just go play.
Right. That definitely is a good aspect of kind of the situation we have. Just knowing that we're going to have the opportunity to play out on the court a lot.
What impressed you about Wisconsin's win at Michigan?
I think they shot the ball really well. They did a good job. I mean, Michigan's a really tough team, so they did a lot of things well, made a lot of shots, which is impressive.
What else stands out as you survey the Big Ten? You said Michigan, obviously pretty impressive, but what else stands out as you watch the Big Ten?
You know, we really try to just stay focused on the teams that we're getting ready to prepare against. I think there's so much that goes on in the Big Ten, and more teams in it now than there were the past few years. So I think we just kind of focus on the team that we're playing against right now.
To win with the 7-man rotation, obviously you guys have to be well conditioned, but like what else do you think has been key to success, with the thinner bench than you expected?
Yeah, I think really it just comes down to everyone being on the same page. I feel like with less guys, there's more opportunities for us in practice on the court to get reps together. I think when you have a bigger rotation, sometimes certain lineups don't get the same amount of time on the court and get to build that connection. So I think that's something that we've been able to do that's helped us be successful.
Anything else for Bobby?
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep, thank you.
Bobby.